Hi, today we're going to make laundry soap. Now, why would you want to make laundry soap at home? Well, there are a couple of reasons. One is you'll save money. It'll cost you half, maybe less, of what you spend on laundry aids at the store. And the second reason is there aren't going to be any phosphates, any artificial colors, or any other ingredients or chemicals that would be harmful to the environment. Now, to make laundry soap, you'll need a couple of simple pieces of equipment. The first is you'll need a bucket that will hold about 3 gallons of water, and it needs to have a lid. Now, this is my bucket. It used to be a cat litter bucket, and it's got 3 gallons of water in it right now. Now, I was originally going to mark it with my handy Sharpie where the 3-gallon line was, but in this case, if I fill it to 3 gallons, it comes right up to that little ledge there, so I didn't have to mark it. You will also need one, preferably 2 large pots, like I have here. Need to hold a gallon or so. It doesn't have to be exactly a gallon. This part of it isn't real precise, and something to stir them with. As far as ingredients are concerned, you'll need 4. You'll need the water, you will need some soap flakes, and you'll need some borax and washing soda. Now, the borax and washing soda doesn't come from the store in these kind of jars. It comes in boxes. The reason I've got them in here is if you leave them in the boxes, as soon as you open them, they'll start to absorb moisture from the atmosphere, and they'll cake up and get pretty hard, and they won't do that here. So how much of these do you use? Well, I make my own soap, bar soap, for the purpose of making this laundry soap. If you don't do that, what you will do is go to the store, Walmart typically, and buy a bar of Fell's laundry soap, which is a big 5.5-ounce hard orange bar, and you'll grate it with your handy fine cheese grater. You'll only need to grate half the bar for a 3-gallon batch like this, so 1 bar will make you 2 batches. Now, when I measure, it's as easy for me as 1, 2, 3. Because I make my own soap, I have a handy digital kitchen scale, and I measure out 100 grams of my soap, 200 grams of 20 Mule Team Borax, they both have 2s, makes it easy to remember, and 300 grams of washing soda. If you don't use the kitchen scale, that's about a cup each. Again, it doesn't have to be precise, but about a cup each of borax and washing soda. And if you go on the internet and look around, you'll find many different ways to make laundry soap. They'll all use these 4 ingredients, in different quantities, different amounts of water, soap, and borax and washing soda. We find that this particular combination works really well for me and my family. So I've got about a gallon of water in each of these 2 pots, and the reason we use 2 or do it in two batches is that it's just easier that way. You could conceivably put everything in 1 pot, but it's just too big a pot and it takes too long. Now, you want the water to be good and hot. You don't want it to be quite boiling, but just hot enough so that it will quickly and easily dissolve your ingredients. I'm going to put the borax and washing soda over here. And I'm not going to put it all in at once. I'll do this in 3, maybe 4 steps. Stir it up good. Sometimes I use my stick blender with this. And I'll put the soap in here and do it the same way. I'm not going to put all of it in at once. I'll do this in about 3 or 4 steps. And stir it up until all the little pieces of soap are gone. They're all dissolved. Now, if you've had Chemistry 101, you know that the soap doesn't, strictly speaking, dissolve in the true sense of the word. It makes a colloidal suspension, but for all intents and purposes, it's all dissolved so that there are no little lumps or pieces of soap in here. So, after I get all of this done, we'll come back and look at the next step. So, I've got all of my soap flakes dissolved in here and all of my borax and washing soda dissolved in there, and I've turned the fire out. So what we're going to do is put them back into the 3 gallons of water. So here goes the soap. Now, one of the things I like to do is put some of this washing soda into the soap pot. Swirl it around a little bit just to get more of that soap out. But it all goes into the bucket. And one of the reasons you want it good and hot is that when it cools off, the magic happens. We'll see that tomorrow after we check it. So we stir it up, make sure it's all good and homogeneous in here. And then we cover it, and that's all for today. So here we are, our laundry soap has been sitting in the bucket overnight. Let's open it up and see what we have. Well, I think you can see that it's not entirely liquid. There's some gel on top, and that's exactly what you want. Sometimes you get an inch or two, and sometimes it goes all the way or nearly all the way to the bottom. That's the magic I was talking about. So what you do is, you just mash that up with your hand, stir it up with a stir stick. That's a lot of fun. If you've got a stick blender, use that and homogenize that as much as you can. And then you just pour it into your old laundry soap bottle that you saved. Now, if you didn't save one or didn't use it, just get one from your friends or neighbors. And when you do a laundry, just use about a capful. Caps are different, but most of them hold about the same amount, and that will work for an ordinary size load. That's how you make laundry soap. And while we're on the subject, here's a little bit of Lone Star wisdom. Never hang your laundry from another person's line. Well, thanks for stopping by. Check in again from time to time for more handy hints from Texas Rick. And remember, always drive friendly.